What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So,
did you really win 20 rounds?
I swear to God.
8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good. Hit the head. Roll under the bed. Good job.
That lawnmower, that's that. Start that.
Shakur Stevenson and the entire boxing community are talking about Gervonta Davis's recent bizarre training video. During an interview, Shakur Stevenson was shown the video and was unable to contain his surprise. Wow Man is trying to be as serious as ever in this fight. He knows Lamont is coming for him, and he's doing his best. In fact, Shakur Stevenson wasn't only shocked, he had to change his prediction for the fight after seeing Gervonta Davis's footage.
On my daughter's life, I won that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there.
Yes, given how hard Tank is working, I believe they have an equal chance of winning. Tank and Lamont are both dogs. Thus, I believe the best-looking person wins, but it will always be a close battle. This came after he had previously declared that Lamont would win their rematch. Regarding Shakur Stevenson's surprise, a fan wrote, "You'll be astonished in the same manner when Tank gives you the most harm possible." Another responded, "I'm not surprised this guy is doubting Tank, but I can assure you that Gervonta Davis will deal with Shakur Stevenson when it's time. Roach was just lucky in the first match. That will never happen again."
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there. What did you see?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he going through stuff. I mean, everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's going to be the same.
Boxing fans had hoped a win for WBA lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis would set up a unification clash with WBC champion Shakur Stevenson later this year. But that plan unraveled when Davis was held to a controversial draw against Lamont Roach. The fight's turning point came in the 9th round when Davis stunned viewers by taking a voluntary knee and retreating to his corner. Surprisingly, the referee didn't rule it a knockdown. The bout went the full 12 rounds, ending in a majority decision draw. One judge scored it 115-113 for Davis, while the other two had it 114-114. Had the knee been counted as a knockdown, Roach would have edged out a victory. The result left fans divided, and the lightweight division's future uncertain.
What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank, disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
We got the rematch announced today with him and Lamont Roach. I think
they announced it today?
So what do you think, considering you...
On social media, Stevenson has now shared his thoughts on the outcome, saying that everything went as he had anticipated. For those who are unfamiliar with boxing, my ticket was sold out tonight, and the match proceeded just as I had anticipated. Stevenson also stated that even though Davis made light of Shakur's triumph over Josh Padley the previous week, he would not be critiquing Tank for his performance. "I'm prepared and willing to fight, even if Ian trolls the guy the way he would me. Let's get it done."
We got the rematch announced today with him and Lamont Roach. I think
they announced it today?
So what do you think, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight?
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his.
The aftermath of their controversial draw, Gervonta "Tank" Davis made it clear he wants an immediate rematch with Lamont Roach, casting doubt on any near-term plans for a unification bout with WBC champion Shakur Stevenson. Davis's longtime rival Stevenson chimed in on X, saying, "And if Lamont can't get a rematch, I've got a big fight for him and a world title shot against me. That's my bro, but we definitely can make something happen. That fight won't be necessary, at least not yet." Earlier this week, boxing fans got the news they were waiting for. The Davis versus Roach rematch is officially set for August 16th in Las Vegas, Nevada. The first bout ended in a majority draw, but it was a fight full of drama. The key moment came in the 9th round, when Davis unexpectedly took a knee. The referee didn't score it as a knockdown, a decision that may have cost Roach the win. With the stakes even higher this time around, the question is whether a fully focused Tank can finish the job and silence the doubters. Some believe he will. Others see Roach as a fighter who's only improved. One thing is certain, Shakur Stevenson will be watching closely, as the winner may very well be his next opponent in a high-stakes unification bout.
Oh man, that's a good fight. That's a real good fight. I would love to see that. That's a scrappy. That'll be a scrappy fight.
Hey, give me how you compare the styles.
I got Shushu boxing a little bit more than Roach, but Roach can box. But
Stevenson and Tank Davis have a long-standing feud. Additionally, he gave Davis a direct message about how she should respond to this rematch in an interview with Fight Hub TV on May 16th. Stevenson responded, "I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont." When asked how Davis may perform in this situation, rematch Lamont is a tremendous boxer in my opinion. Davis needs to be at the top of his game because I can see that going left. Given that Davis hasn't spoken since his fight with Roach on March 1st, it's possible that he's already committing to the rematch.
I can't go with the winner right there. You know what I'm saying? We got to give Lamont Roach credit right now, because we just compared him to two of the top welterweights. I mean, junior welterweight, junior lightweight fighters.
Roach Jr. entered the bout as a huge underdog with no one rooting for him to prevail. It was assumed that Davis would chase him down like Flash would a turtle. In one of the most shocking turns in modern boxing history, though, the WBA super featherweight champion equaled Davis's strength, durability, and technique. The bout resulted in a majority draw rather than the anticipated Davis victory. Shakur Stevenson seems so sure of Lamont Roach's abilities that he placed a bet on the fight, going 12 rounds in one.
Lamont was on point.
Why you think that is, though? Because usually we know Tank is the guy that, he'll fight, he'll walk you down. We seen what he did to Frank Martin, we seen what he did to, I would say, Rolly and Ryan, he boxed more, caught them in counters, but we seen him walk a lot of guys down, Mario Barrios. Why you think it went like that in terms of the fighting?
Because I feel as though Tank didn't understand or realize how good Lamont was, so he kind of was sleeping on him, and I felt as though Lamont was catching him when he was unexpected.
Despite his rivalry with Gervonta Davis, he was so sure of himself that he went to the Barclays Center to watch the match that evening. You may credit him for his familiarity with Lamont Roach from their amateur days. However, we have witnessed a number of outstanding amateur talents turn into shadows of their former selves as pros. It's interesting to note that Shakur Stevenson verified that Lamont Roach is not one of them. According to Cigar Talk, Stevenson, who has been pursuing a unification fight with Davis, believes the challenger prevailed.
But I feel like when he was boxing boring, he was more so in control. That's when he was kind of like in control of the fight for me. And when he kind of like tried to fight, I felt like Lamont was on point.
Why you think that is, though? Because usually we know Tank is the guy that, you know, he'll fight, he'll walk you down. We seen what he did to Frank Martin, we seen what he did to, I would say, well, Rolly and Ryan, he boxed them all and caught them in counters, but we seen him walk a lot of guys down. Mario.
I witnessed Lamont's victory. He seemed to be in complete control of the fight, in my opinion. Tank has some good moments, I believe. I feel like when he was boxing boringly, he was more in control. I thought Lamont was right on the money when he tried to fight. Stevenson, who has held the World Boxing Council belt since late 2023.
You think he got hurt in the fight?
Hell yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, it was a part of the fight where Tank threw a left hand, he caught Lamont. And Lamont, as he was throwing his left hand, he kind of got hit, but he threw right back.
Threw right back. Yeah,
and
yeah.
he wobbled Tank. And, Tank felt his power.
So, all right, based on that fight, like, you know, obviously, you versus Tank is, everybody been saying they want to see it. We don't know if it's ever going to happen, whatever the case is, but based on that fight, obviously, you've been saying you think you're going to win, but based on that fight.
Feels Davis underestimated Roach. I feel as though Tank didn't understand or realize how good Lamont was. He kind of was sleeping on him. I felt as though Lamont was catching him when he was not expecting it. Tank would throw, and he's not used to certain stuff coming back.
You've been saying you think you're going to win, but based on that fight, what do you see if you was in there?
I can't give out no game plans. I know that I'm the best boxer on the planet. And none of these guys can beat me. And I'm going to keep saying it, and that's how I feel. But as far as the fight, if he wants to fight me, we can get it done. We can do that next. But if he don't want to fight me, I can go fight Lamont, and I can show the difference between me and him. If he wants to fight me, we can get it done. We can do that next. But if he don't want to fight me, I can go fight Lamont, and I can show the difference between me and him. And Lamont may think differently too. He may feel as though, you know, when he getting there with me, that he gonna beat me or do the same that he did tonight with me. And let's see. I think it'll make for an intriguing matchup, and it'll be a hell of a fight.
Do you think he'll ever fight you?
Lamont or Tank?
Tank.
Yeah, I think he don't got no choice. I think that